Hey friends, welcome back to my channel and welcome to my 2025 closet clean out. Now this is my personal wardrobe closet, and even though I'm a professional organizer, I can get messy. Listen, life has been lifing and I've been having a great time singing on stage, having a ball outside, and meanwhile letting my stuff get a little messy. So I can clean it up. So I'm going to take you along on the journey and give you a little tour afterward on what it looks like when I'm done. So here's the before. She's looking messy. She's looking disorganized. She's looking very unkempt. I had ordered some alpha pieces because I wanted to alter the drawers a little bit, but I was getting stressed out about this closet for months. And I think like 4 months ago, I was like, listen, I gotta clean this up. Those drawers, those acrylic drawers, I've had those since probably like 2017. They're stressing me out. So I had to come up with some other solution. The door and wall rack, stressing me out. Just stressing me out. This, stressing me out. This, horrible. And the bottom drawer, actually not so bad. The bottom drawer is actually fine. My underwear, don't look at that. Why am I putting underwear in a drawer that deep? Anyway, here I am modeling in front of my closet. This is the before. We're going to clean this up. Get your stuff together. First of all, bag for donations. That is the number one thing you should be doing when you start any organizing project, is you should be decluttering. Don't leave me alone. My Rev Air that came a couple months ago, I haven't opened it. It's a hairdryer. Leave me alone. I'm going to use it. I've just been wearing my hair curly for the last like 2 months. Here I am contemplating what exactly is going to happen while I'm listening to my audiobook. I'm like thinking about my audiobook, but also like, what am I going to do? I somehow came up with some solution. Looks like I'm shaking my head. Look like I got something going on in the noodle. Not really sure what it was, but apparently I had hatched some sort of a plan. I wanted to clean up the makeup area first because that was giving me the most amount of stress and was going to be the most satisfying. So the first thing I had to do was get that drawer out of the way and make room for 2 additional smaller drawers, because that's actually the way it was before, I think a couple of years ago. And I had been living for a couple of years with that drawer. Look at me just like really thinking about what's nope. You got one thing at a time. Start where you're supposed to be starting. Makeup. I grabbed one of those drawer frames from downstairs and an old school alpha wire drawer. They don't even make those anymore, but we've had them from I think that thing is as old as like 2017 anyway, or 2016, maybe 2016. Anyway, I decided that I was going to put my makeup in a drawer, but I stopped in the middle because, hey, I wonder how much space is at the top. So can I put my NARS foundation in the drawer standing up? I don't know. And it really bothered me. So I had to open the drawer front, install it, put the drawer divider in the drawer, put the drawer into the frame to see if my NARS foundation that I liked, my Sheer Glow foundation, was going to stand up in the drawer. And it was. There was enough space. So I was like, hooray. And then I sat down and finished my project. Anyway, I thought I would leave this in so you could see how I did a little trial and error here with the drawer organizers. This is probably the most fun you'll ever have organizing your home. I don't recommend that you buy products necessarily, but I do recommend drawer organizers for almost every project that involves a drawer, because you can only improve the situation. A lot of organizing products you don't need, bins, boxes, all that stuff, especially if stuff stacks on one another. And the most important thing you can do is declutter. However, if you are organizing a drawer, highly recommend dividing the drawer, because it stops the interior of the drawer from being just bedlam. And that is something that stresses me out. It stresses me out, and I bet it stresses you out too. So drawer organizers is the one thing that I usually had clients buy if I had them buy anything. And that wasn't very much. I was like, hey, if you don't want to buy products, I'm with you. And sometimes I even created drawer organizers out of things they already had, which was super fun and very satisfying. It didn't look super pretty, but it doesn't have to be. It can be as messy as you want, as long as you can find everything. It doesn't have to look aesthetic and perfect. I like things in my home to look pretty great. So I went out and bought things, but that's my prerogative, right? That's my prerogative. Anyway, here I am folding my underwears. Finally, for like the first time in my life, I am folding my underwears. Marie Kondo would be proud. And I'm just putting my bras there, just laying out free, not folding them for the first time in my life. I think she'd be really happy about that as well. Love that for them. Hello, and welcome back to my closet glow up, rearranging, declutter for 2025. So, lessons I've learned over the years. I've made a lot of closet organizing videos over the years. I found that definitely less is more. And I am a high maintenance kind of person. I love to get dressed up. When I go out to rehearsals specifically is where your girl loves to get dressed. Like, I feel like going to rehearsals is the place to look cute. Otherwise, when I'm at home, I am sweatpants and t-shirts. So I have sort of two different personas, and most of my concert clothes are in another closet because I don't have any long hanging space. We'll deal with that later. But this is the everyday get ready and get organized and ready for the day space. So I will take you on a tour of this space. Now, it's always a challenge to film this because there's mirrors everywhere. There's like 3 mirrors, so I don't want to be seen, but we're gonna do the best we can, okay? And I'm gonna probably put this mic on my person so I have a hand free, but enjoy the closet tour. And with the tour, I'm gonna give you some organizing tips that I haven't given you before that I think you'll really like. Okay. I'm going to stop talking because I talk too much. All right, let's get into it. All right, we are back. Let me back up a little bit. There, you can see me. You can see your girl in the window. That's not a window. That's a mirror in the mirror. But I think this closet glow up or an adjustment or whatever turned out really cute. So I'm going to show you all around. So the first thing I did was to exchange the hangers for a different kind of hanger. Now, before I was using those Joy Magnano, I forgot her last name, those huggable hangers, and I used those for years, and they're amazing. They're velvety hangers, but I have a problem with the size of the hangers. Now, if you are a petite person, if you wear like extra small, extra small, and if you have a small torso, or if you can still get away with junior sizes, I'm like a small individual. So here's me in the mirror. I'm small, I'm short, and I'm petite. I'm a petite princess, okay? So in that, my clothes are smaller. So why am I using standard size hangers? So standard size hangers are about 17 inches long. I'm actually gonna get one for you and show you them compared to a petite size hanger, okay? Stole one of my husband's hangers, but this is a huggable hanger. These were the ones I was previously using. They're great. They're amazing. They're thin, they're flocked so that things don't fall off. The only thing about them is they're very, very wide, and my clothes are not that wide. My shoulders don't come across this much. This is about 17 inches. So standard hangers are about 17 inches. Children's hangers are about 12 inches end to end like that. That's too small for a petite size, but just about 14 and 15, which these are, is just about right. On Amazon, where I got these, they were labeled baby hangers. That's clearly not, they're not baby hangers. They don't fit a baby. But they're about 14 and a half inches wide, and that's a petite size. So the size end to end, like across, is what you need to be paying attention to if you need to buy petite hangers if you are a small person. And I would also tell you, if you wear a larger size, larger than what fits on this standard size hanger, larger than if your clothes are longer than 17, you can also buy extra large hangers to better accommodate your clothes. You don't want to have your clothes damaged by either being too long like this, or you don't want your larger clothes falling off a standard size hanger. So if you can, if you wear a larger than standard size or a smaller than standard size, I say, why aren't your hangers smaller than standard size or larger than standard size? So I'm going to put this right here so you can see the difference between the sizes. It's not much, but it's enough to matter. Like, this is a small size shirt, and it's like, it's not a child size, right? But it's small. And so I need a smaller hanger. So the biggest change I made was going from regular standard hangers to petite size hangers. It's also helpful in a space if you don't have enough like depth because naturally they don't take up enough depth because they don't come out as far. So that is one thing I changed, and I'm excited about it. I'm also thrilled at the fact that these hangers have gold loops, and they're also sparkly. Like I'll try and show you this up close, but look, it's sparkly. Is that not fun? On the top, I just have blouses and like jackets, and at the bottom I have t-shirts because I love, I'm a graphic t-shirt girly, and this is also where I have skirts, long skirts, and that I fold halfway because I don't have enough space to have them like go the regular way on a regular hook. And the shorter skirts I just have on hangers like these, which I think are very, very useful. They don't hurt your clothes, and they also look really nice with the rest of the hangers. One tip I have when it comes to hanging is I don't have a lot of vertical space here. My ceiling here in this closet is actually shorter than the ceiling in my home. I'm not really sure why that is. It's kind of annoying, but if you have a regular size ceiling, you can raise up the distance between a hanging and your floor. I could not do that. I'm at the basic minimal for my clothing. If you're planning your closet and you can move your shelving around like I can, measure your clothes to see how much space they take up. This shelf on the bottom here is not functional at all. I do have something hiding underneath here. It's like a little box of jewelry, but otherwise I would have it go much lower if I were in a normal size closet so I could use that shelf, but it doesn't matter here because we've got a tiny ceiling. But if you're planning to design your closet and you can start from scratch, you can go ahead and measure your clothes to see how much space you actually have to use. On the floor, I actually have some things stored there. I'll show you those in a little bit. Because I have a closet that's not it's not exactly a walk-in closet, it's very deep. You see there's a lot of space between the end of the shelving here and the door jamb, and it's just not big enough to be a walk-in closet. It's a step-in, which is a very irritating size. It's pretty deep. But because there's enough room on the sides to hang hooks, that's the best use of that space. And of course I use it to hang hoodies because your girl loves a hoodie. And I do have this little vanity here because I don't have enough space to have a vanity in my room. If you've been watching my channel for a long time, you know that I've had a vanity in my room for a while, and I do miss having a dedicated space where I can sit down and do my makeup and pick out jewelry and stuff like that. I actually do miss having that, but until I move into a space where I can have that again, I have a little space in my closet where I can do that. And before, I had the makeup stored in those acrylic drawers. That worked really fine for a while, but I just was tired of seeing all of the clutter. It was starting to stress me out a little bit. I wanted to have this clear space that I could just work on or just have it be just empty and nice. And so I got rid of those drawers and added one drawer here for makeup, and the next drawer has my underwear that I will open and show you my skivvies. You can see everything. Oh, and also I did change the knob, so we'll talk about that in a little bit. I did put all of my makeup in this top drawer, and I love it. I love it. I've been using this for a few days now, and I love it. I love having everything here. I love being able to grab it without having to open a drawer every time. Everything's accessible and everything's divided and separated. And this is the best thing I've done for myself in 2025. So I love it. And I love that these fit in here pretty much perfectly. Container Store finally made drawer organizers that work specifically with alpha drawers. They're not perfect. As you can see, there's a little bit of room on the side, but for the most part, they don't move around and they fit very, very well. And in the next drawer, I've got my underwear. And the biggest thing I found is that simple is better with everything, but especially with drawer organizers. You want to keep it nice and simple. I want to be able to like just lay my bra out and not have to fold it, do anything crazy with it. Underwear, I will take a little bit more time and fold. And I'm happy I chose to do that because it looks really cool and it helps to not stress me out when I open this drawer in the morning to get dressed. But this was a really good choice. And so if you can, separate your drawer, but keep it simple. You can, if you want to get into like little tiny compartments, you can, but I feel like just 3 dividers is good for me. I will talk quickly about these handles or knobs that I changed from the Alpha branded knobs that were already on the drawers. Now, I know a lot of people are irritated that the drawers don't like line up perfectly. That's just the nature of the product. This product is discontinued, by the way. From the Container Store, they have a product called Decor Plus. It is different. I think that they maybe corrected that issue with that product. However, this is the old product, so I'm going to show you the old product. But I just replaced the knobs with these gold knobs I got from Amazon, and I love these. These are a little half moon. Looks like, what is that when you do that in there? Anyway, pounded, whatever, knobs. And they're really, really cute. They're very high quality. Again, I will link them down below. And it was easy to change these out, and I love the look of them. I think it adds a little bit of sparkle and specialness into like my closet, because I added all these gold accents because I put this back in here and that. And I just wanted a little bit of gold, a little bit of sparkle, a little bit of joy in my closet. And that's the easiest way to make changes in a lot of spaces. If you're wanting to make a change and don't want to completely overhaul on something, just change a knob. You never know. Okay, next drawer is just the, this is sweatpants and leggings. I'm a sweatpants and legging girl, and workout clothes. Before I was hiding these in some place harder to get. I see, as the older I get, the closer I can see the Grim Reaper come in. And so I need these in a very accessible spot because I work out 4 days a week. So I have these in here. I am a roller of these workout clothes because I find that that's the easiest way to see everything and have them stay relatively organized. That's the best it can get. But the leggings I can fold and use the vertical folding method. This is the method that Marie Kondo, or I should be better with that pronunciation. Marie Kondo. Anyway, that's the correct way to say her name. She says, when people say Marie Kondo, she never corrected anyone, but it is Marie Kondo. Anyway, this is the method of folding that she popularized. And it's legit. It works very well. You can see every single item. You don't have to go, if I flip this over and now I have things at the bottom, I will never wear them. So this is the method I have adopted. Use this also with cardigans. Now, I don't always wear cardigans. Cardigans are like a topper for a nice little cute dress or sweater, a little cute topper. So I don't need this to be totally accessible all the time. I used to hang them. No more. This isn't enough room. So now they go in here. I have divided one half of this with like a physical bin, which has dividers in it, which actually I love, but didn't have enough room to do it on the other side. So one day I'll have wide enough drawers to do it, but this is where the cardigans live for now. Love a cardigan. And in the final drawer down here, we just have pants. Pants. And unfortunately, I hate that I have to make space for these, but I live in Massachusetts and we have weather, okay? And at 6 o'clock in the morning when I'm walking my dog and it's 2 degrees outside, 2 degrees Fahrenheit outside, these fleece-lined sweatpants are where it's at. When it's cold and I'm angry and I haven't had my coffee yet, but I gotta take my dog out to poop, this is the answer. Anyway, jeans and pants are here. Cold weather dog walking pants are over here. I also have sweaters up there in those bins, and maybe I'll take you on a little journey so you can look inside. I have 2 bins full of sweaters and one is basically empty for off-season things, but I just don't wear pullover sweaters that much, even though, I mean, occasionally I do, and I only do when it's cold, so that's basically seasonal storage, and I like to not look at them all. So that's where they all are, at the very top of my closet. And I'm short. I mentioned that I'm a petite princess. Petite princess. Here we go. Petite. Hello. Hello. So I can't reach that, right? Can't reach it. It's way too high. Guess what? Guess what? Look. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. That lives here. That is my closet step stool, and it lives here. So now I can get just high enough to where I can grab these. So the good thing about having this closet ceiling not be too high is that I only need like the little tiny step stool that lives in here. And when I'm done with it, I can just simply slide it there and it's gone. Fantasticals. Next is this shelving I have for hair accessories, which I will show in another video. It's basically just rollers and stuff I don't use very much, and extra beauty stuff, like if I have another package of mascara, or if I have things I don't use very much, like really big lashes where I wear on stage, I put those up there. I don't need to access them all the time. So that's where that lives. And we have jewelry storage. Now I could definitely I think I could drop this down a peg or two. It's on with command hooks, so I don't think it'll be that big of a deal, but I might do that another time. But I've had that as a jewelry storage solution for years, and it's from a brand called Umbra, but it is discontinued. I'll see if I can find something similar to link in the description below, but it's just really cute. I love it, and it allows me to see what I have. On the side is where I have my belts. I have a little bracket hook where I could put my belts, and it hides on the side of the closet, so I don't really have to look at them, but I can definitely see them and find them when I need to, because I have a little space next to the edge of my closet to the wall. On the door on this side, I have the Alpha door and wall rack. I had it also on this side. When the previous owners designed the house, they had a professional organize their spaces and put Alpha up anywhere. They had the Alpha on both sides. I felt like that was not necessary, so I left it on one side. And up here I have travel things, my steamer. I have extra cotton pads for taking off my makeup. I've got hair wraps and hair bands, and these are bows for your hair. And I've got bonnets. These are my bonnets for covering my hair at night, or whenever I'm, home and don't want my hair to rub up against fabrics. This is tights and leg warmers and little trouser socks. I've got regular, low profile socks, and then I've got my winter sock collection down here. So pretty simple, and I have been organizing this over the years to be less complicated, and this is the simplest it's gotten, even though it looks like a lot. It's been worse. It's been way worse. Down here we've got some secrets. We've got our little collapsible laundry container. So when I take laundry down to the laundry room in the lower level, this is a collapsible bin, and I put my laundry in here, and that's what I use to take it downstairs. We had a whole system before, it didn't work for us, and so this is what my husband and I both do. I will open this bin for you and let you know what it looks like. So this is how this bin works. It opens like that. It's got two little handles on it. This came from the Container Store, and they discontinued these, and I don't know why they did that, because these were so insanely popular when I worked there in about 2008, 2009, 2010. I don't know why they discontinued these, because they are so... Why would they do that? Again, I will try to find a very similar product that you can purchase, but this was one of the dumbest things Container Store ever did. So I have 8 of these, so I don't know why they would do that. Down below my clothing, I have a couple of plastic drawers, and they're stackable, even though they're not stacking very well right now. And one is full of nail polish and nail things, and I find that keeping this stuff all together is really helpful. And I have a bunch of nail clippers, and I keep them all because this was the story of how I really wanted to get organized personally. So they're a very famous relic in my life. The reason I wanted to become organized is because my nails grow really fast, and I always need nail clippers. And when I was in my 20s, I used to always lose freaking nail clippers. And instead of just finding them, I would just buy another pair. And so when I was like, this is insane. Why am I buying all these nail clippers? Because one day I found another pair, and then I found another pair, and then I was like, oh, what am I doing with my life? And so when I got them all together, this is how many okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I do have one more pair somewhere. I know, because it's not here. It might be in my purse, I think. So I keep these to remind me of the original struggle of why I decided to get organized in the first place. Look at all these nail clippers. They're not taking up a lot of space, so I don't really feel like it's bad to keep them all. But that's a fun story I thought I would tell. So enjoy. In the drawer below, I just have buttons and things I need to maintain clothes. I thought this was, this is things like safety pins and extra buttons and hem tape and all that stuff that I didn't really know what to do with. Like I have this stitchy down here if I need to like, you know, do kind of a cheaty stitch on my clothes. And there's really no better place to keep it than with my clothes. The other thing I have down here is a hairdryer that I've never opened. I have had it since, when did I buy this? June, before the price went up. I wanted to buy it before the price went up because of tariffs. This is the Rev Air. This is a reverse hairdryer. I have not used it yet. Because I haven't straightened my hair in a while. So when I decide to straighten my hair and cut it the next time, or if I'm going to do something with it, I will open this. But until then, it's living right here, which is so dumb. But yeah, my Rev Air is down here. Don't judge. It's living here until I decide to open it. Leave me alone. One of my favorite things that I've implemented in my closet are Valet hooks. I have two different Valet hooks for two different reasons. So this is one that the Command company makes, as in command hooks, because it is a command hook. And it can be like that or it can be like that. I would love to hang this higher, but it didn't really make much sense. And what I use it for is to have empty hangers, to keep track of empty hangers. Because when you take a garment off of a hanger and what happens to the hanger? You leave it in with the rest of your clothes. I used to put it on the end and organize it that way, but leaving it in with the rest of your clothes creates a situation where, like, when you put your clothing back after you've washed it, then you're searching around to find empty hangers, and I found it to be very frustrating. So instead of doing that, I will take the garment off the hanger, and put it right there. And that's where it lives until laundry day. This works for me, and if you got something out of this, I mean, you can do anything. You can put it on any hook in your closet, and it'll work just fine. But this is what works for me. I love it, and you know, if you want to use it as a Valet hook, you can totally do that. I don't do that because it'll cover the mirror, and I have a separate one for that, but that's just where that goes. And I have a separate Valet hook that I use for being a Valet hook. It's from a company called Yamazaki, and it just is an over-the-door Valet hook. So you take your hanger, I'm going to take one off of here, and put it like that. So what I do is I put clothing that I've worn once and don't want to launder, but I don't want to put it immediately back in my closet. I put it there overnight, let it air out, and then I put it back. That's what you do. I know that all of you are throwing your clothes on the chair. Don't do that. Don't do the chair. Just do something like this. Your clothing really doesn't need to get washed every single time. Like if you wear something that's dry clean only, you're not going to wash it every single time you wear it. Let it air out overnight or however long you feel good about it, and then put it back. Like if you haven't sweat in it very much, put it back. Don't put it on the chair. Put it back. I think I said I would show you what was in these sweater bins, and this is what's in these sweater bins. They're sweaters and sweatshirts. So again, the vertical folding is where it's at, so I can see exactly what's in here. This is divided on the inside again. I got really excited about these bins, and they don't fit perfectly, so I put something just outside, which is basically a division, which works fine. But yeah, that's what's in those big old bins is a few sweaters. Oh, I don't think I said anything about this. This is something to wash my makeup brushes in, and I didn't know where else to put it. It's like a little, you can put your makeup brushes in it and wash them in there with soap. We put some dish soap in there, you do that. And I was like, what do I do with this? I don't want to just have it out. So I have one of these hanging rods and I just stuck it up there. I mean, that's fine, right? So that's it for my 2025 closet tour. I did declutter a lot of stuff from this closet. I'll put some B-roll of my big bag of donations that I pulled out of my closet during this entire process. This entire process took about 5 days. Off and on. I didn't do everything all in one day. I kind of took days off. I ordered things. I went to the Container Store. I gave stuff away. So it's been a process. So don't feel like if you need to organize your closet that it's going to get done in one day. It might not. It might, but it also might not. So give yourself the grace of having it take a few days or a few weeks even. We have fabric recycling in our town, so that's a great option. If you don't know, look it up online because they come to my house and they pick it up and I never have to worry about going to a donation facility. And that is one of the biggest game changers about decluttering, clothing decluttering, because I personally am not always like up to going to the donation center. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be like, somebody please come take this stuff. And fabric recycling, it's called simple recycling, I think, in a lot of cities. They have that here in my town, and they come in to pick it up. You put a little thing on the bag and they come and take it, and it's the greatest thing ever. So anyway, that is it. If I wanted to make some, like, one more change to this space, I probably would put some like under shelf lighting. I think that would really bring in some warmness and also show like true colors of clothes while I'm getting dressed. This light is pretty ugly and doesn't really do much for the space, but that's something I can do at another time. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Share it with somebody you might think will like it or get something out of it. And I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.